October 7 seems like a long time ago, but for many Israelis it just feels like yesterday. Today in our studio we have with us Neta and Santiago. They survived the October massacre. They lived in Kibbutz Kfar Aza in the south of Israel, and the kibbutz was invaded and destroyed by Hamas terrorists, and many of its residents were murdered or abducted. Neta and Santi, we're so happy that you're here. Thank you for coming all the way from Israel.
Thank you.
So I want to hear everything about your story, but first, maybe you can introduce yourself. Neta, please.
Yes, of course. Thank you for inviting us. My name is Neta Portal. I'm 23 years old. All my life I lived in a small moshav, like kibbutz, near Gaza, like 7 kilometers from Gaza. I go to the army in 18, and like all the Israeli, like the army, you need a little bit freedom. So I fly to travel in South America, and then in Peru I met Santi.
So in Peru, you met each other. Santi, can you share with us, how was it?
Yes, of course. I met Neta in Peru, in Cusco, and then we travel in South America. And we need to
decide, for where we need to come back, because Santi lived all his life in the north.
I live in Catherine in the north, in the Golan Heights. There I study, and there I have my family. I born in Argentina. In 2003, I do Aliyah with my family to Catherine. And then I work, do the army, like everybody. Save money, work and save money to the big trip, and go with my friends to Brazil, Argentina, and in Peru, Cusco, I meet Neta.
And then you needed to decide when you came back where to live and what to do.
Santi said so quickly, don't worry, I come with you to the south. And we start to looking around to where we can live together. I live still with my family, and so Santi was friend in Peru. One friend for us, and he told him he moved to Kfar Aza, and he go to work in one company there. He do like the sound for big shows, and he go to have apartment because. This job, and he told him, come, I need people to work with me. And after, I think, we come back to Israel, and I think in June, something like that, we moved to live in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. It's really close to my area, and start our life together, And
how was it like to live in Kfar Aza? What was it? What kind of community was it?
Amazing place, very good people. I have a lot of friends from the kibbutz, because the people in the kibbutz work in the company that I work there. And
it was like that. I don't know how to imagine, but it was like neighborhood for young people from the kibbutz and from students from there around. It was really close to Gaza, but it was just young people. What you can do for a small apartment, so all the garden is shares. Drink beers and something like that. It was really good place to live in, and the Kibbutz Kfar Aza was the best in the area. It was the expensive one, the good one. The community was so great. We do something together. We have the pool, and it was like the best area I think in Israel.
Did you never felt scared because it was so close to the Gaza border?
So I lived all my life in the area. So I grew up to this situation, to the sirens, to the rockets. But before October 7, we had like tradition. In Friday in the morning, we didn't go to the work, and we do like the morning together. And I think 3 weeks before or 2 weeks before the October 7. We saw like bunch of people on the border in Gaza. We lived, I told you, the really close neighborhood to Gaza. We have like the parking, and we really can see Gaza. Our joke was we drink coffee with Gaza. And we saw like bunch people on the border and yelling, something like that. We have this a lot, but it feels it's a little bit, I don't know, strange. And I told Santi, okay, I think we need to close the window from the safe room. It was our bedroom. It's really small bed. And in this moment, we understand something going to happen, but I don't think we feel unsafe or we feel like we feel this is our life. We're regular to this. They live there, we live there, and we feel like we have the army. So it's okay.
But you felt something, and a little while later, 7th of October was there.
Yeah.
Can you share with us what happened to you on the 7th of October?
You want to start, Santi?
It started in 6th of October, yes, when Shir, the friends of Neta, come to our house because she go to the festival Nova Festival, and
she come to our neighborhood, to our apartment. So it was holiday in Israel. It's special time.
Yes.
And we drink together, and she told us, please come with me to the party. Reim, it's really close to Kfar Aza. It's like 5-10 minutes, something like that. And we still, we were awake and something like that until I think 4 in the morning. And in the 4 in the morning, she told us, okay, I drive to the party. You want to come? Santi told, no, please, I don't have the power. I need to sleep. And we're going to sleep, I think in 4 in the morning. And like a lot of in the Israeli, we wake up in 6:30 from the sirens in the kibbutz. It's called Tzeva Adom in Hebrew.
I go to close the door, lock the door, and go to the bathroom. We have there a small window, and I saw from the window the rockets. And Neta
start to yell, please, Santi, you can't see this because he lives in the north. You don't know what it is. It's the first time you have sirens.
Yes.
So I tell him, please, Santi, come back to the safe room, come back and close the door. The safe room, you can't lock it. It's safe. It's like, I don't know from what the material, but it closes so hard, and you can close it, but you can't lock with a key or something like that. And we were in the bed, we're waiting until the sirens, we have this all the time. We have the sirens, we hear the rockets.
You didn't think it was something different this time?
Yes.
In the start, no. In the start, like the 5-10 minutes, we said, okay, it's a really big one, but it's going to over. We have our rocket, we have the army here, we have all the time the army in the kibbutz, so it's okay, but... What
was the moment you noticed this is something else?
Okay, so I think until 7 in the morning, 7:30, something like that, Santi get one message, and the message was, we think maybe we have terrorists inside the kibbutz, keep quiet and stay calm. We have like a bunch of people in the kibbutz, and their mission is to save the kibbutz. We said, okay, how much terrorists it can be? 5? It's a lot, but 5, we have the army, we are more, so they don't come to the homes, they want the soldier or something like that. And I think in 8 in the morning, Santi sent a message
to my friend Nitzan Lipstein. He's murdered. I sent him a message in the 8 o'clock.
8, something like that.
Because his father is a general.
The government local?
Yes.
Okay.
And I asked him what happened in the kibbutz. He said that all the army is on the way to the kibbutz, and
it's going to be okay. All the special units in the way. He said the name of the units.
Mm-hmm.
And we really stay calm. We stay on the bed. We start to hear not Arabic, but booms, and we understand the sirens didn't stop. And we start to hear shots, but it's here like far, really far. And we stay calm. We open in the phone the news. We still have the internet because we have the electric in this time. And in the news, after bunch of minutes, we saw the famous picture of the tracks in Sderot, you know, the big tracks with the terrorists. And I really fast, I said, Santi, it's fake, it's not really. We didn't believe it can happen.
Yeah.
And after, you know, a few minutes, we start to hear girls from the safe room in another kibbutz in Be'eri, whispering for the phone, and we start to hear, you know, all the booms and all the noise come for us and start to close. And I think in 8 in the morning, Santi sent again a message for his friend, for
From
Nitzan.
Nitzan. And now in this message he sent me that his father and his grandmother was murdered. And I don't understand what happened, and I asked him if he want to go to our apartment. And
He was so scared, he scared to come, but in this message, I think he saved our life. This moment we understand that they really in the kibbutz and they murder people inside our homes.
You know it was serious from that moment.
Yeah, you know, the government and his grandmother, she's sorry, but she's old. She's not a young people. She's not a soldier or something like that. So Santi stand up and he understand we need to lock somehow the door. Until this moment, I warned to my friend, she in the Nova Festival, I think the rocket is more dangerous because she's in the open festival, open area, and she don't have the safe room. And I all the time tell her, please come to our home, come to our safe room, it will close. And I start to hear, you know, shooting, something like that. And in this time she told me, Neta, I ran away from my car and I start to run. I don't have battery, bye. And she closed the phones and we understand the terrorists come for us, start to hearing the Arabic outside from our window. And I understand we need to do something. All the time I say to my family, don't worry, keep calm. We're going to be okay, it's going to over, and we calm, don't worry. And I understand we need to do something. So I send a message to to my friends in the WhatsApp group. And one friend told me, Neta, we can't call to the police. They don't answer because they have so much calls and they can't come in. I was not in the best relationship with my father in this time because my father and my mother is divorced. And one friend told me, Neta, this is the time. Your father is police officer. Please send him a message. He can do something. And in this time, I just didn't think and send him a message.
How did he react?
Wow, he reacts amazing. Wait for the end. But I send him really short message. I write for him, Dad, I'm in Kfar Aza. I have terrorists. And he write for me, don't worry, the army, the special unit on the way, I coming. He was in this time, he fight in Sderot, in the city in Sderot. He live in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. And in this moment, like few minutes after, the electricity, yes, is fall down. And Santi understand something going to happen.
I go and I hide the door, yes.
You lock the door with the hand?
With my hand, and I tell to Neta that I think that the terrorists coming and broke the window from the
From your house?
Yeah.
Yes, from our house, and break the door. And break the door. And after maybe 10 minutes, it
happened. They come to our apartment and start to yelling and open everything. And Santi started to understand they inside and needed to shut the door so hard
with his hands.
His hand. And I stand on the bed. We have the Santi work with something, I don't know, something big, so we have it in the hand. and I had was really small knife, really small one, and I stand on the bed in front of the door, and they start to yell in Arabic. We didn't speak Arabic. We didn't have clue what they said. And they started to fight with Santi on the door. Santi didn't let them to move, for 1 centimeter the door. And I think they so mad they can't open the door. But we was so quietly because we thought Santi is from Argentina, so we have big flag for Argentina in the front of the house. So we think maybe they think we are not Israeli, or I don't know. And we was so quiet. We think maybe they move out. Maybe it was too hard for them, and maybe they just leave us. But they took stand for the door and just shot with AK on the door, like I think 10 or 11 bullets.
Did they come through, or was the door blockaded?
Santi, the door, the bullets, not break the door, but they move inside the door and shoot us and hit us.
Yeah.
Santi have hit him 2 bullets in the right leg, and I have in this moment one bullet also in the right leg, and one bullet,
just
really
touch my head.
Just touch his head. But the door Santi stay strong and keep the door locked. I tried to send again message to my father. I write for him, Dad, they shot me, please help. But we didn't have electricity or Wi-Fi or something like that. And Santi looked up for me. We was so quietly, we didn't scream and something like that. We was so quietly. But Santi signed for me to open the window, and I tell you, a window we saw all Gaza, and we saw the border. I opened the window, and in the parking, I feel like 15 or 20 terrorists standing on the cars, laughing, smoking cigarettes with a lot of guns, and I freezing to my hand on the window. I put my phone on the window. Maybe we have electricity on the side. And I saw the terrorists. They didn't saw me because we have between the window and them, we have like a small tree. And Santi didn't let another terrorist inside our apartment to open the door. And they shoot on the door, not inside the room, one grenade. Santi understand it, and he pushed me out from the window and jump of me because he didn't know the terrorists outside because I just freezing. When we understand, they was like 20, 30 meters from us. They saw us and they didn't stop to smoking and nothing. They just took the AK, put on automatic, do one line, and start to shoot on us in automatic. In this time, they hit me more 6 bullets, one in the hand, 3 in my ankle, and 2 in the leg. And I fall down on the ground with my face to the ground, and I think, okay, like this, we are dead. Like this, I died. And Santi moved past me like 10 meters.
I come back and...
You understand, I don't near him.
I come back and take Neta from the floor, and I tell to Neta, if we don't running, we're going to die.
Start to yell on me, please Neta, run, please run. And in this moment, the terrorists shoot on him also. 1
bullet in my back.
In the back?
Yes.
And we start running together from inside the kibbutz, inside to come back near our apartment. We continue running, I think, 2 streets. I was to shoot. Yeah. And after 3 streets, Santi put me in front from one apartment. He start to looking around when we can hide, because we didn't know the terrorists don't run for us. You know, we think they shoot, and they thought we keep running. And he look around, he tried to open, but he didn't yelling because we scared they, you know, find out where we are. And he looked back and he saw the next line for my houses. And he saw you have like distance from the house to the floor. You don't have steps, but you have like the distance, the house is little bit high.
Yeah.
And you have 50, something like that, centimeter. He took his shirt and he tied on my leg, the leg with the 5 bullets, and tied so hard to stop the bleeding. And he took me, put me under the house, take out all the garbage, put him under the house, and put the garbage our heads. And we hide there, I think, 3 hours. 3 hours and a half, without phones, without shoes, with pajamas. I was bleeding, and Santi have a small distance to see what happened to the street. I think it was the 3 hours more hard in our life. And we heard like people screaming, in the start in Arabic, you know.
In Hebrew.
And after this, in Hebrew, we heard people murder on the streets, kidnapping. I passed out, come back, passed out, come back. I think I'm going to die. And after 3 hours, we heard 2 people stand near the house. You know, after running, they was tired a little bit.
Terrorists or people from the kibbutz?
In the start, we didn't know because we just hear them. But the terrorists have the clothes for the army. And Santi saw the clothes, but he didn't believe them. They don't terrorists. And they start to speak a little bit in Hebrew, but also the terrorists say in Hebrew in the kibbutz, we have like the message, we see a little bit of message before we jump in the window.
In the group? In
the group WhatsApp, they speak and they say they IDF, the terrorists. But, so we didn't know the difference if they terrorist or they soldier. But after a few minutes, Santi understand.
They are from Israel, because they speak Hebrew and speak
like a slang from the army, like a comment.
So they were real soldiers.
Yeah.
Yes, and I go out, and tell them that my girlfriend is
going to die. They think I'm going to die, and I'm bleeding there.
Yeah.
And they say that they coming lonely with not with car. And
we start, to tell them, please, she's going to die. What we can do? And I, in this moment, understand if they don't going to help us, we're going to die. And what we can do? And one soldier his sister lived in the kibbutz.
And you knew him.
We didn't knew him, but we understand after. And I understand if I don't start to screaming, I'm going to die. And I was still under the house. And I started to scream, please, please help me. I can't stay here. I'm going to die. Please, please, please. And I remembered I sent message to my father. And my father told me he come to the kibbutz. And the police officer, maybe he looking for us. And I remember his number phone in the number phone, and I tell the soldier, please, this is the number, call him, this is my father, he can help us, please, please, please. And the soldier really called him. Unfortunately, my father was in the kibbutz all the 3 hours. He helped to save one family, he saved a lot of soldiers inside. He saw our apartment burn. And he think we are dead. And in this moment, he was so happy. He take the call, and he say, "Yeah, please send me location in the WhatsApp." And after 10 minutes, he come with three police officers from all around the country. They just coming with special car. It's improved for bullets, and I come inside. Santi took me for the leg out. My father took me on the head, and he put me on the car. And Santi start to tell the driver how to direct to
From
out.
the kibbutz, how we go out, because they are no.
They are not from the kibbutz.
Yes.
So then you went to the hospital, I presume, and you got taken care of. And I want to speak a little bit also about what happened after this terrible massacre, because I can imagine this must have had a big impact on your life. Can you maybe share a little bit, if you're now looking back on everything, what did it do to you?
Of course, the October 7th changed our life. We was, young couple, start to our life to be students, to learn, maybe family. And I was with 7 bullets. I was in the hospital. Until now, I'm still in recovery in the hospital. I come back to stand, I think, before 1 month. It's changed our life for, everywhere. We can't come back to our life when all the hostages come back. We have 2 friends still in Gaza.
Yeah, those people, right? Ziv and Gali?
Ziv and Gali.
Yes. They are my friends from the kibbutz. I work with them in the Syncopa company.
And do you know they're still alive, or?
We know from the other hostages that coming, they are alive, but we don't know
In which
anything.
conditions or
Yes.
anything? No. So if you look back on everything now, what was the impact on your life?
I think it changed my life. In the beginning, I take care of Neta and help Neta in anything. But now my mission is do anything to I said it. I don't know.
To come back, our friend. I help him a little bit with
Yes.
the English. Sorry, but to come back to him friends. I don't know if you can't imagine what it's 2 friends. You was with them, you work with them. They was all you're happy, and now they close. But how I can smoke a cigarette, to have 1 cigarette when they there? How we can continue our life? How we can travel? And of course, the impact for all the Israeli and all the Jews, for all the world. But I think the most impact for all of us we need to explain why we are here, and this is the most different impact. I think we can't, if we are flight or something like that, we need to explain why we support Israel, why we are Jew, why we need to be here, and I think this is the most impact in the world.
So, if there is anything you like to say to the audience, what would it be? Because this conflict is going on, people are hearing all kinds of things on the news, and we just heard your story. What would be the message to the world?
I think we have a few messages, but the first one is we need to continue share what really happened in the October 7th. I think all of us need to remember, and to remember for all the world, Hamas started the October 7th. We are just live there. I all my life believed in peace. I vote for peace. I think they maybe need a country, but now, everything changed. They choose to attack civilians. They choose. And I think we need to remind for all the world what really happened. And I think all the world need to support for freedom, for democracy, to be more patient for all the world. And I think this is what Israel now. People think we are maybe more strong, but we are maybe more weak because we are a democracy, because we are care for our people for real. Because of this, we have hostages. Because they knew we can't to stay our friends there. We can't. So our message is to remember what we want from the world. We want the world to be a good place for all of us and safe place for all of us, for Muslims, for Jews, for Christians, for everyone. And I think this is what Israel wants. And this is the vote or the support for Israel. And so this is our message, to remember what happened the October 7, but take this for change the world, to change the faith, the think. We want to place and peace. We don't want to war. We don't want to kill people. We don't want nothing, but we just want to live in peace. So I think this is what Israel wants. So I think this is our message.
Well, Neta and Santi, I want to thank you guys very much for being here and for sharing this heavy story with us. And if you want to stay up to date with our work, follow us on social media or on our website. It's c4israel.org. We want to share about what's happening in Israel, give you the good and right information. So please follow and share us there. Neta, Santi, thank you very much. And to all the people watching, God bless. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.